Hello and welcome. My name is Cassandra, aka the Prosperous Heart, owner of www.prosperousheart.com, and I'm here today to walk you through a comprehensive organization of how Facebook groups work. So first of all, this is what's called your Facebook timeline, okay? You can see that it's everybody's posts. You can change it from the default, newsfeed, not timeline. You can change it from top stories, which is default, to most recent. You can edit event preferences, but what I want to talk to you about is down here under Explore on the left side, there's groups. You can go here where you can not only search for groups, so right here, these are discover, so things for local, buy and sell, other ones, and just these are just Facebook suggestions, right? You can also come up here for the different items. You can come here to groups. This one will show you the ones that you are pending invites from, the ones that you are looking to accept the invites from, that is. These are your favorites, and of course any other ones that you have down here or that you own. Now, if you click on create group, you can start it from there, or you can come to the top right arrow and click create group here. And you also have new groups, the same one that we saw before. So if you click on create group, it basically looks the same. The top part here for create new group, this is I know that they had this before when Facebook was just for colleges. So this one would allow you to say the network that you're a part of. I'm honestly not sure as of July 2017 if that's still a thing or if it's just a legacy item of Facebook, but either one, you want it outside of that one if you want it to be a group that's not within your old college. So then you name the group. You can name it whatever you want. I'm just going to call mine Pi Ladies DFW because that's a group that I'm a part of and looking to add. Now you must add at least one person. So first of all, I do have a second account, but this is really only to do stuff like this. Please do not make multiple accounts. Do not make multiple accounts. The reason I say this is because it is against TOS, especially if you're using this for business purposes. So only have one personal account. If you are trying to get people who are interested in your product or service, that should be a business page. You can also do a personality or celebrity page if you are looking for something for yourself that's not actually friends and things like that, people who just want to follow you. Okay, so from there you can add more people. You can even personalize the invitation with a note here. And then here's the privacy. So privacy, here's the difference, guys. With privacy, you have a public group where anyone can see it, its members and their posts, so anybody can see everything. It's like an open house, okay? Closed group means that anyone can find it and see the people inside of it, but only members can see the posts. So that's a little bit more secretive, and that means you have to be a member to see the posts. And then you also have secret group. Only members can find the group and see these posts. So here's the difference. Public group, this is something that if you want someone to just be able to come in and join and be a part of it, you can allow them to do and see everything in there. I wouldn't necessarily keep this one as a group unless it's something that you really just don't care if anybody sees everything inside or any of the members' responses. I think personally the best one is going to be closed group. That way anyone can find it, especially if it's a public group that you want people to have access to, but they wouldn't be able to see anything inside of it. Now, if this is for, let's say, a mastermind group or a paid product, right? Somebody paid you to be part of your group. Maybe let's say that you have a social media agency like myself and you have a coaching program. Well, if you have a coaching program that people are paying you, I don't know, $500 a month or $100 a month, just to hear from you, and be in that group, you really, first of all, don't want anyone to see your things that you share inside of there because it is a paid product. But you also don't necessarily want people to see your members because, let's face it, there's a lot of amateur marketers out there, and if they can see who's in your group, like in public or closed, they can market to them, right? So if you keep it secret, no one can see or do anything unless they are a member. So for this particular group, I am going to leave it at closed group because this is for PyLadies DFW. It is open to anybody who wants to be a part of that, but I am going to leave it at closed for now until we decide if we want to make it public. So pinned shortcuts. What that basically means is over here on the left you see that there's a shortcuts area. These are the things that you really want to keep on your front view. As you can see, you'd have to expand more in order to see more about that, and there is a limit, but if you wanted to, you could pin this group to your shortcuts. So go ahead and click create. Alright, so once you've created your group, this is what it looks like. As you can see, you can add members over here. You can even include a special note so they know why that you were invited. And if you do add someone to a group without talking to them first, please do not just randomly invite them. Send a note to let them know why you added them. It's extremely rude for people to just add other people to groups without talking to them about it, and some people even get really angry. So just don't do that, okay? Now, at this point, I'm going to show you a little bit about where things are inside of the group, and then I'm going to go a little bit deeper. So first of all, like I said, in the very right-hand side, you can add members from here. You can put in a note, okay? You can find the members from here. So you can click on 2 new members, and then you can see those members in there, right? Then if you were to, let me go ahead and do this. There we go. You can then also see under here under suggested members, you can hide that. Oh no, I guess you can't bring it back. Oh well, but you would be able to add those people to there as well. If there's a location, you can add it. So I am going to add a location here. So this one is for Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas. So you can add whatever places that you want to add in here, but again, it's just depending upon if your group is in a particular location or not, right? So this would really be anywhere in between, but it does not look like it has the ability for you to say, you know, within a radius. So you can add those locations there. You do want to add a few keywords, right? So for this one specifically, we've got Python. You can see that there's different types of Python here. We really want to go with Python programming language because that's what it's about. I don't know if they have one for, they don't have one for PyLadies, so that's fine. But as you can see, these are basically tags to other pages. So we could even do PyCon in here, right? PyCon Italian, PyCon, which they don't have one for the one that I went to, which is fine. And then save that. So these are ways that people would be able to come in and kind of see where those might be tagged. So if you clicked on that, you see that these groups have that tag. So Django, computer programming, and all these different kind of things. And because of those tags, people can find these groups. Now, description. You want to tell people what this is about. So this one is, I'm going to actually go to the PyLadies DFW page and take the about from there. So I come over here. I'm just going to copy paste that to make it easy on myself. So we take that, we put that in here, save, and now when people come, they'll be able to open up the description and see what this is about. Now, that is the right side of the screen. On the left side, you can see discussion, members, events, manage group, the shortcuts that you would normally see, like I said before, all the different groups and friend lists and all that kind of stuff on the shortcut side. Now, if you come here to joins, you can either unfollow group or leave group. If you unfollow group, this means that you will not get any more notifications from the group. If you leave group, again, you would no longer be in this group. You'd either have to add yourself back if you can, or you would have to have somebody invite you back. Now, under notifications, initially it shows you all posts. If you really wanted to, you could change it to highlights or friends posts. As you can see, highlights are friends posts and suggested posts, or you can turn them off. If it's an important group, you do want to keep it on all posts. If it's not something you want to be notified of, let's say that you are a home business entrepreneur and you're in a group where people spam all the time, you probably don't want to have notifications turned on for that. Share, you can share this group. All it does is it allows you to create a shared post. So, you know, you can come up here and choose where you want to share it. You can add an emoji, you can add all this other stuff to the post, and then again, obviously you can change your privacy settings as well. Now, here you can also add members just like over here. You can manage group just like over here. Edit group settings, which I don't think there's any other way to do that except here. You can archive group, but what this does is it basically closes it down. It does not let anybody post. No one can add to it, nothing. You can pin to the shortcuts, and then you can also create new group. Now, these are basically all the different sections. I'm now going to go into how you can optimize this group for your needs. So first of all, you do want to have a personal group photo. The dimensions on this are going to be 820 by 312 pixel size. Okay, so again, the size of that is going to be 820 by 312 pixel size for this photo right here. I don't have one right now, but you can choose from photos locally. You can choose from group photos that are in there, or you can upload photo, which is locally from your desktop. So that's one thing you want to do. Again, you want to fill out all the stuff here as well. And you also want to be sure that your settings are done properly. So you have manage group and you have edit group settings. And the manage group is right here as well. So as you can see from both of these, they are slightly different. So let's go ahead and work with edit group settings first. So edit group settings. What exactly is editing your group settings? This allows you to do some pretty cool stuff. So first of all, you can see under manage group. Actually, I think this one is the settings. So if you were to go to edit group settings, yep, I was right. So edit group settings, you would come here, you can change the name of it, you can change the icon that people see over to the left of the name, you can change the group type. So for this particular one, this is going to be kind of a club. It could also be a study group, that could be a support group, but we're going to stick with club. And then that is the group type that you will be able to see. Here's the description that we changed earlier. We've got tags in here, right? You can add more. You've got your different locations. You can even customize a group contact information. So you can create a post by sending an email or things like that. So you could do that as well. You just create a name to use your group's web and email address, and then it would be that at groups.facebook.com. So, and as you can see here, once it has more than 5,000, you won't be able to customize the address again. Now, what happens when you change that name here instead of it being blank? If you had it blank, right now the name of it is this number right here. This number is actually what says the group that this group is. It's kind of like a key or an ID. But as you can see from here, when you change this web email address to something, what I've got PyLatest DFW here, it's going to change this so that that's actually the URL, and that if anybody emails this email address, it will post in that group. So I'm going to go ahead and customize. And I'm going to save. Okay. So you can now see that the web here, if I go to that website, it comes to the group. Now if I refresh this page, it stays there, which is perfectly fine, because again, this is the ID of the group, and this is basically the pretty URL that people can use to access that group. Now, you can come here and change privacy settings, again, if you want it to be public, closed, or secret. You can then change membership approval. Any member can add or approve members. This means that if you have a paid group, you do not want this to happen. If you don't care who's in it or who sees your posts, then you can leave this on. If you are in a group where you want to make sure membership is tightened, maybe you're a group for people trying to lose weight, maybe you're a group for just women, maybe you're a group that people have paid to be a part of. If this is the case and you don't want anybody to be able to join, unless they've been approved by a moderator or an admin, you would change it to the second one. That way any member can add, but only the admin or moderator would be able to approve. Now, membership requests. This section right here is where you would have the ability to ask people questions about, you get to learn more about who they are, what they're looking to get out of this group, things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and do this as well. When you click ask questions, here's what it looks like. You have the ability to have 3 questions with up to 250 characters for someone to answer on each one. And again, as you can see, only admins and moderators will see this answer. So you will click add a question. You'll write your question, and again, this is what you will do for whatever groups you're trying to do. So the 3 questions that I added are you new to Python? And if not, how long have you been programming in it? What are you looking to achieve by being part of this group? And is it okay, do you prefer in-person meetings, or are you okay with online webinars? So once you make those questions, you just click save. And it looks like it's going to request if your membership settings. So I do want to keep it at any member can add. So I'm just going to go ahead and click OK. And from here, posting permissions. This basically says who is and is not allowed to post. If you are afraid of getting spammed, then you can leave it as only admins can post to the group. Or you can leave it as members, moderators, and admins can post to the group, but you would click down here and make sure that all group posts must be approved by an admin or moderator. So if that's the case, you can leave that checked. Otherwise, you can uncheck it and you can monitor it as needs be. Then go ahead and click save. And now all of your settings have been saved for groups. All right, so we've gone to edit group settings. Now let's go ahead and go to manage group. You can either click here or you can click here for manage group. Now it's a little bit different from settings because what you can see here is that you have admin activity. This tells you who's been doing what inside your group. So if you are an admin and let's say that somebody is in there doing something they're not supposed to, you can come in here and either, address that issue, or if you did something and didn't mean to, you can come in here and click undo. Pretty nifty, right? So from there, you also have member requests. This is where you would come in to approve member requests. And as you can see, here are the member request questions, right, under the settings that we set up earlier. You can sort by answered questions, newest first, oldest first, their join date on Facebook, the friends in the group if you have friends, the number of groups, and mutual friends. So some nifty stuff, and as you can see, since this is brand new, we can't really do that as well. Now, reported to admin. This means that somebody reported a post to the admin in this group. Let's say that you have a group that somebody's spamming in, and somebody reported it, okay? You can report it to admin, have them check it out, and move from there, but as there's not a post in here, we can't necessarily do that right now. So, reported to Facebook. This means that somebody reported a post to Facebook. And again, I don't know quite what it looks like, but you can be notified when someone does that, or you can turn that off as well. And this is usually not a good thing. Either somebody doesn't know how to properly report a post, or something really bad happened, and unless somebody really did something super bad, Facebook's not going to do anything about it. Okay, so request notifications. This request notifications is basically telling you when you get notified of requests. Do you want to get notified when people ask to join, or do you only see requests to join when visiting the group? This is completely up to you. This one means that it's going to show up in your notifications, and depending on if you have it set on your phone, you might get them on your phone, you might get them on email, you might just see them here. Or you can just see requests only when you visit the group. Now, unless you visit this group daily, you might miss it, so you might just want to keep it on get notifications. So other than that, like I said, that is basically it. There is one little piece that I do want to mention here is about these particular posts. Now, as you can see, this looks just like a post would on your personal profile. So if I came over to mine, you can, oh, that's not mine. If I came over to mine, it looks very similar. So we got create post, video, live event, and then different items. And in the group, we have the same. So you can either write a post, you can do the fancy backgrounds, you can write something, you can add a video, you can do a poll, which is pretty simple. Add poll options, add the option there. You can then say allow anyone to add an option or choose multiple options. This is totally up to you. Let's say you didn't want to do that, right? This is totally not what you meant to do. All right, I don't want to do this anymore. So you can come up here and then you can either go to write posts, and that got back out of the create poll. So you could tag a friend, activity, add representative information. So if you were trying to be political, you could do that. You could also check in. So if you were at some place and with the other members of the group, you could tag the location that you were at. And so just right here where it says photo video from your local, you can also add photo video up here, which you can either upload or you can create one. Live video is pretty cool, right? Oh, hey! And I've got a training on that. I'm not going to go into that right now, but I will be sure that if you want that, just send me a message or something. But you can do live video, you can go to more, so you can add file, you can sell something. If you have recommendations, again, the photo album, which you can do over here. You can create a document, just the same as adding a file, except when you create a document in Facebook, it creates it for you. It's not actually uploading the file. You can also create an event. Now, the reason I wanted to bring this up specifically is that, as you can see on the left side, there's not really any files right now. But if you clicked on Create Doc, or add file, you can allow group members to edit this document. I'm not going to, because anything that I create, I don't want anyone to be able to make changes to. And then if you save, it will only do basically a draft. But if you change it to publish, it allows anyone to see, and it shows up in the timeline of your group. And you now have a files section in your menu options for your group, which is where all of your files will be located. Now, you can either preview this, you can check your vision history, you can see the original post, you can create more documents from here, and you can also upload files from here. And let's say that you wanted to actually make changes to this. So you can't actually see that here, right? So you would click on the document you wanted to make changes for. And you can't make changes here. You can like and comment. You would either have to click on this down arrow to delete it. You can also save the link, which goes in your Facebook saves. You can turn off commenting, or in the same token, you can also turn on commenting. You can turn off notifications. And again, if you want to edit, you just click this edit doc, and you're back here in that document like you saw before. Now, last but not least, what about events? Okay, so over here on the left side, you have your events. Right now, there is no current events, and obviously nothing on the calendar itself, but you can create an event from the calendar here by clicking on a future date and click create. You can also click create event button right here, and once an event is created, you'll be able to see it here. Now, under settings, you have upcoming events and you have help, which if you ever need any help, obviously you can go there. And if you click on upcoming events, if there were any, it would show them to you. Now, let's say that you wanted to create an event, right? You'll come up here, add the event photo, do a name, the location, the date, and end time. If it's, let's say, a webinar that should only last an hour, you'll tell the people more about it with the description. You can say who wants to post, and you can invite all members of the group there, and then you just click create. Now, this is saying for some time in the future from now. So you can see that the event shows all the information here, and it shows in the groups events section. Now, if you were to actually come back to PyLadies, so much so far, and you can see that the post was created. People can comment on it, they can like it, they can click on it and go to see more information about it. But again, if you go to events, it shows up in the future. If it was a past event, you could change that to past event, and you could see only the list of past events that were to show up. Now, as you can see, because it's now showing up for today later on, you see that the event is right here. You can invite more members, you can edit it, and again, you can create more items for your group. In case, for example, let's say that this is a group, again, that someone paid in for your coaching. You could then put the next 4 coaching items and what you should be expecting for that month, and then people are aware of what you're going to be coaching on. They can go there and register if it's a webinar that you have them go to, or a Zoom link, or whatever the case may be. All of that will be in the same location for all of them to access. Now, I did want to make mention of one more thing. If you come here into events, you can see again the current events that you have there, and if you click on one of them, you can see that the menu looks a little bit different on the left-hand side. If you click on events, it takes you to all of your events, right? All the ones that you have been invited to, all the ones that you're hosting, etc., etc. If you click on calendar, this will show you all of your events. So this is actually something that you would be able to find if you went on home. and came down here to events, so it's the exact same page, right? You'd be able to go to the different months. You'd be able to click on the different items, same as what I showed you before. If you came here to birthdays, this takes you to all of your birthdays of your friends that have a birthday today, the ones that were recent, the upcoming ones, and again, you can even also check out some of the ones that you may have recently missed and give them a shout out. There's also Discover, which would allow you to discover more groups as well, so you can change the different times, the locations, category, and more. And then if you were to go to past, this would again show you your past events, whether you attended or not. These would be the ones that you had showing on your list of events to attend in your past. And again, you can create events from here as well. Nope. Right. Okay, cool. So, and with that, that is the end of your comprehensive Facebook group training. Again, thank you so much for watching. My name is Cassandra, and if you'd like to learn more about how you can utilize online marketing for your purposes, whether it's for business or a nonprofit, please be sure to contact me. I will also be sure to leave a link either in the description, or if you are on Facebook, go ahead and leave a comment, and I will be sure that my page sends you a message. Thank you so much for watching. Again, my name is Cassandra. Have a wonderful and prosperous rest of your day.